back, my name is Emily, and in this video I will be participating in a hop with Alex Syberia Designs and their latest release. And this release is very much Christmas in July themed, and I will be creating a poinsettia. So I started out with taking out the stencils from the stencil pack. This comes with, you can buy the stencils, the coordinating die and the coordinating stamp set, and I have them all three here today. And I will use a tool here. This is just the bottom part of the Tim Holtz stamping platform, and I just shoved my piece of paper up to the corner there, and then I know the stencil will always be lined up when I'm using this. So that is a trick that is really good to use, and you will see that I will turn my paper for some of them because they fitted better that way. And it doesn't matter which direction it is, as long as the paper is shoved up to that corner and the stencil as well, everything will line up beautifully. And I will use inks from Concord and Ninth and the blending brush from Trinity Stamps, but you can use whatever you have. And I started out here by coloring in the leaves, and I will create 2 cards today, so you will see that, and you will see that I actually created more of these flowers to have on hand, more than I needed for this project, I mean. So I will just share how everything comes together, but to not like make you too confused, I will only share on screen the cards that I will actually create to the finished point here today. So I'm on to my next layer, and you can see that that has a more detailed and also the center. And now comes the flower part, and you can see I'm using a pinkish reddish color here. I will also use more of an orange tone, and that one is the one you will be following to the end here. But you can see how that pinkish look as well. Here is another one. You can use, why I don't talk too much about the colors that I'm using is because I think you can use whatever colors you have on hand. If you have the Concord and Ninth, you probably will have this one. It's one of the newer ones, but you can really use whatever colors you have. And here is the more detailed layer, and for this one I went really carefully. You can see some of these has a really intricate part of it that isn't connected on all the way, so you have to be careful with that one. So always look on your stencil to make sure that everything, that you don't like mess it up, if that makes sense. So here I am creating the finished part on that stencil. And this is the last layer. It's the intricate part for the center flower. So here it is, all finished and colored in, and you can see some more that I created off camera. So you get some more color combinations here. I really like this one that we created, and this one is also one of my favorites. So you can really play around. So here I actually messed up. So you can see I started out by just stamping this one to the corner, but then I remembered I should have turned my paper, so I will align everything again and do this once more. But you can see here, if I align this with the corner there and the same color as I used on the stamping platform that we created, then everything would line up beautifully for all of my stamping. So I could really mass produce these. It didn't take that much time. It was a really large image to color in, but with the stencil everything goes so quickly. And I hope you can see how nice the black outline makes these flowers. I really love it. I think this is just amazing. And one I left just plain. And then I will go ahead and use the coordinating dies. You can see it here on screen. I love that Alex Syberia's dies always comes like cut apart. It makes them really user-friendly. So you can see how nice the flowers looks with that little white border. And then I used another new dies. This die set is called Be Merry Sentiments. I believe there is also a hot foiling plate available if you're interested in that. But I have only the dies, and I cut the joy out. And then I used the Sparkle Flakes cover die. And It's one of those really great subtle background dies. I love them. I think this is just stunning. And I cut it out of white paper. I just wanted to give my card base a little bit more texture. And then I played around with the arrangement for this. And of course I couldn't help myself. I needed a lot of adhesive to the back. And I just turned this until I found the best position for my project or my card. And then I will press it down. I wanted to find the spot where I had the least hang off, because I didn't want to cut this away. And then I took the Jingle Bell Joy die set, this is also a newer one, and created these sprigs, and I just scattered them around my card. And that I cut them out of vellum. And then I did the same thing for my other card, but this time I also cut the sprigs out of some gold cardstock. So here it is. I also, the Merry Christmas sentiment is from the same Be Merry sentiment die set, and I just love the vellum shadow. And here is it once more. The little joy there and the white sprigs out of vellum. And the last one here, and then the gold ones. And I sort of ripped the edges or the bottom part of this off, because I didn't want them to stick out too much and be too distractive from everything else. So I just really subtle piece. So there we have our two cards. I will cut away the exit or the overhang on our card here, and the other one I will leave as is. So there you can see how it turned out. So I will leave you with some close-up pictures of this project, and if you like to see even more, please visit me on my Instagram account, and I will have some more still shots. And yeah, all the information about the hop is listed down below. Until next time, have a great day. Bye!